Welcome to the Roads We've Traveled podcast, episode 26. It is the season finale, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is A.J. Pelletier, and thank you guys for an amazing, great first season. This podcast has been going so strongly since April. I've been busting my tail off, and I want to thank everybody for subscribing, tuning in, listening, commenting, liking, reviewing, all that stuff. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. I will talk more about the future of the show at the end of the show today, but let's get into my guest today, my longtime friend, my former bandmate from In the Red, Mr. Chris Elliott. Chris, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Been hanging in there.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Yeah.
I
haven't been out of the house in 9 months, so
are you working from lonely? Are you working from home or
part-time? Yeah. Oh. That was well, in March everybody shut that shit down. So my work is actually an essential business. So production never shut down.
Right.
Which is kind of messed up because then they sent everybody else home.
Right.
Finance, customer service, engineering. So we went home, but we got furloughed every other week. It was for a while, dude. Until June.
Oof.
We were working from home then, once a week working and then once a week off, and you could file for unemployment.
Right.
So I did get unemployment, thank God, and there was that extra $600. Thank you guys for that. That was fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and then what is it? The stimulus finally came through, and I got that $1,200.
Yeah.
My wife got $1,200. Like,
nice.
Ching. Thanks.
You guys didn't get extra for the kids?
And then we filed for the kids too. Yeah, there was an extra bit for the kids.
Right.
So.
Okay, well that's good.
Right. We just skated through that. It was a bitch getting food, but we had, extra money because the stimulus came through. Right. So it's not like we were hurting, but getting food, we were doing Instacart, and between April and May, we didn't go to the grocery store. So the cost of food was more.
Yeah, delivery fees and everything, yeah.
Otherwise, we just hung out, drove each other crazy.
Instacart is great. I've been using it recently myself and stopped going to the grocery stores, especially now since it seems like, I guess we're in a second wave, everyone's reporting.
That's funny. Yeah, because you said you started going, but it's actually recently that we have started going back to the store, and I go to Costco. And yeah, it was kind of nice to not have to do Instacart anymore. It was just a pain in the ass.
Right. I mean, there's certain things you can't get, and I have to go out and get myself. You know what I mean? But it's also convenient too for me because I'm finding myself getting slammed more and more on the weekends between this podcast and side projects and stuff. I barely leave my apartment anymore, and I'm like, fuck, I still got to get groceries. I still got to meal prep and everything. So, taking grocery shopping out of the equation, having someone else do it as long as they get the right shit for me.
Yeah, that's the roll of the dice.
I did get lucky this past weekend, though. I had an incident with the Instacart guy that I had. He had my order right. He got everything I ordered, but he threw in 3 other items that weren't mine. I got burger patties, I got chicken legs, and I got Italian sausage.
Legs.
And I was like, or drumsticks. And I was like,
drumsticks.
But I was just
you threw a rubber chicken.
I'm sorry, drumsticks. But I was like, I didn't order these. So I immediately got a hold of Instacart, and I was like, hey, can you get a hold of that driver? Because he gave me someone else's food. This
well, but mine. You had it though, right? It's in your house, in your fridge.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, Instacart got back to me.
They'll probably charge you for it though.
No, they didn't. I got a hold of them. I was like, listen, I didn't order this stuff. And they're like, you know what? Just keep it. It's on us. And I was like,
right. What was it? It was $7.
I don't know. It was right. It was like a 4-pack of Angus beef Wahlburger patties from Big Y. I was like, okay,
I'll take it.
Yeah, and I don't usually cook drumsticks or anything like that. I cook chicken breasts and stuff during the week because I got a George Foreman. It cooks them up real fast. But I just called my sister. I'm like, hey, do you want these? I'll keep the burgers, but
yeah, silver linings, man.
Right.
I got to be thankful for those silver linings. Holy shit. That's what I mean. Just skating by on these silver linings this summer, and through COVID, I didn't get sick thank fucking God. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people at work that got sick, and 2 people died. So I was really fucked up.
I had a scare earlier this year. I'm pretty sure I had it, but
All right, that's what everyone said, dude. Earlier
Yeah.
this year, even back to last December, you had something that felt like a flu. It could have been it.
Well, for me, it was like I couldn't stop coughing, and it was to the point where like my chest was killing me. I was running a fever, and this was like right after things started hitting the fan. But like back then, you had to get a doctor's order to get tested. So I did a Zoom call with the doctor and everything.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, "Oh, he was like, you don't got it." And I'm like, "Dude, seriously, like I'm looking at all the symptoms. I have all these symptoms. I feel like I got hit by a truck. Like, you know."
Well, you're young. You're not. You don't have preconditions, whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
but I mean, like, you know, people that are like, you know, like my cousin, for instance. I talked to. He lives out in Las Vegas. Shout out to you, Eric. He just lost a friend of his. Who was?
I take that back. Sorry. Fuck. Wrong time to do that.
Yeah, sorry. He. In all seriousness, he lost a buddy of his a couple months ago, mid 40s, like super healthy guy, nothing wrong. He got COVID and it just fucking annihilated him. So I called up my cousin and I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like unexplainable.
I don't understand this. Like there's so much.
Nobody does. And like,
why don't we know more about it, man? Like, you don't have people, a team doing shit, making a packet, distributing this packet that says this is what this is. Like,
I don't want to get political here, but
I'm just saying.
But the guy in office said no to like all these scientists and said, "Hey, we beat COVID." I'm like, no.
Well, then we gotta hand it over to independent people, man. Get the Connecticut. Lamont did pretty good with his briefings and all that shit. I will give him that. Like that type of communication is what I need. Like, give me the facts and the details in a brief, summarized fashion that is easy to digest and tells me the basics to survive. Like, I can handle the rest. What are the key facts? Even what are the key facts? Like, I feel that I don't even know anymore.
And like, the way that they slowly reopen the state too, to the point now where we're kind of almost back to where we need to be, but we're still on like the borderline from like the final phase or whatever.
75%.
Right. But I mean,
I definitely am perfectly fine with 75%.
Same here.
I would go back to 50% in some certain circumstances.
Right.
Like,
you know,
we're doing some remodeling in our building.
Oh,
so they put all the people down in our area.
Okay.
Because engineering was on one side and finance and customer service was on the other side. Since that's being remodeled, all those other people are in our little side of the building. So all the cubicles are filled. And like, shit, dude, I don't know. Like, that's not 50% capacity. It was 50% capacity when we were all
and you're not social.
Now everyone's in this like
and it's not socially distanced either, I'm assuming, right?
But it is 75%. Like, oh, we're just fucking 75%. Fucking get back to work. It's fine. I'm like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
You just had people fucking sick out on the production floor, man. And they have been working through this whole fucking thing, dude.
Right.
It's so fucking like heartbreaking. Like,
I was gonna mention earlier. I had another scare like about a month ago or so. I didn't get it, but you know, but my landlord got exposed to somebody who had it, who tested positive for it. But the guy,
and then
yeah, exactly. And like the guy, here's the thing, like the guy went out and got tested. And he didn't get results back for a few days, but he still went out and did whatever he wanted. Like you don't do that. Like if you go out to get tested and you're waiting for results, you wait for those results. You don't do anything.
Well, what did he go out and do?
He went and played poker with.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and like an enclosed environment. And my landlord was one of the guys at the club.
You go out for a drive. You could go out. I went out and I had COVID. Yeah, but like, fuck, dude.
No, but wear a mask and everything, and obviously like that. But like,
shit.
But like this guy literally went out and got tested. Not my landlord. This other guy.
Right. I know. But then it took,
got tested. Was waiting for results. Went to play poker with everybody there, and then the next day he got his results, and then he called everybody up like, "Hey, I just tested positive," and everybody freaked the fuck out.
It's not bad to play it safe. You got to be careful, dude. I tell my kids every fucking day.
Yeah.
Be careful. Slow down. Don't do that fucking think. Like, Jesus Christ, if we just went back to the 6-year-old mentality, dude, I swear to God. Although she did run into a fucking support beam in the basement.
Oh, God. Poor thing.
So not fully 6-year-old mentality, but
I'm just thinking of that. I'm just thinking of that scene from Little
God.
Giants. You remember? You ever see that movie, Little Giants?
Yeah, maybe once. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, where the kid had like styrofoam wrapped all around his body. My mom said the padding you gave me wasn't enough, and then he just like walks into a fucking football field goal.
No, I don't remember
Oh
that.
man, it was like
Sorry,
this.
man.
Oh my God, I'm talking to the wrong person.
Oh no, dude.
Lost the video. What happened?
Low power mode.
You got to charge it.
Oh no.
You got a charger?
Yeah, but I don't have a charger and headphone thing.
Oh, you got to get a dongle, buddy.
No, dude, I'm dongleless.
Ah,
No
fuck.
dong over here.
All right, cool. Sync it there.
You can keep some of the intro, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm keeping the intro. I'm cutting out when we had to make the transition. So.
Yes. And this is a wider frame here too, baby. Bring it in.
So I apologize for audio and video listeners. There was a cut right there for the first time ever in this podcast.
This is the real world, man.
It wouldn't be hanging out. It wouldn't be hanging out with Chris and catching up if there wasn't some sort of technical difficulties or.
Yes. This is rock and roll, baby.
We had to make a switch because his iPhone was dying, and he switched over to his tablet.
Apple, get on that shit.
It's
not my fault. It's not my fault, motherfucker.
You know what
Anyway.
you know what I bought from Amazon? A self-charging phone case.
A self-charging phone case.
Yeah, it's a battery pack. So I push the button right here. Starts charging my phone.
Or I could just fucking plug it in and not forget because I'm a dumbass.
There you go. Anywho,
one of those two.
Let's get back into this podcast. We're way off track here.
Yeah.
So before we get into like the whole in the red stuff, like let's get to know you more. Where did you grow up and what was it like growing up?
I grew up in Western New York near Buffalo.
I didn't know that.
Born outside of Buffalo, actually. Got a lot of family still in Buffalo, around that area. Smaller towns like Kenmore, Tonawanda, all that shit. But for simplicity, Buffalo.
So when did you guys move to Connecticut?
Right. So then we moved out here in '98, and I was going into my junior year in high school. And that was the bitch. Because like my brother got to graduate at the old high school in New York where we lived, but my parents had to move. And I was like, ooh, why couldn't I graduate there too? Wah, wah, wah. So I was all fucking teenage angst and shit when I moved here.
Yeah.
16 years old and I want to be friends. I gotta start over, find a new high school and all that bullshit. But it was pretty good because like the town we lived in was like small town shit, fucking weird shit. I don't know if you ever grew up in like a small rural town where like everyone knows each other, everyone's into each other's shit. It's like there's some fucking shady shit going on. I was too young to really understand it, but now looking back, like, yeah, you could do better than that. So it's kind of nice that we got out of there and we moved to Manchester. Like, so from 16 till maybe 26 when I moved out of Manchester. That's where I met my boy Monty.
Oh yeah, Monty.
Yeah, he was the high school friend that helped me through it all. We started our first band together.
Nice. Yeah, Monty was the guy who drew the original, the second logo for In the Red. But
right, so yeah, he ended up working for Apple, and now he's out in California and shit. So
good shit.
Good. Yeah.
Tell him to hook you up with a new phone.
Seriously, And a laptop, dude. I want all that new shit. Come on, dude. Apple. I went to visit him one time.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years ago, after Morgan was born, and it was awesome, dude. Going out to California, like I was out there for a couple of days for business. I had to visit a customer and shit. And then I made it so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was out hanging out with him. And he's in San Francisco now, but before he lived a little bit south of it. It was so fucking nice, dude.
Yeah, I can imagine.
God, that was like one of the best trips I remember now for a long time.
I've never been to California. I want to get out to California someday.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But so
So high school. Yeah, that was a bitch.
So yeah, you were 16 when you moved out here and you made friends with Monty. Was it difficult, like, you know, with the transition and everything, or was it just?
Yeah, dude, I was a fucking weirdo. I'm still a weirdo. Trying to make friends and shit when you're 16, like just dropped into this new high school and shit, dude. Like, it was like I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. Like,
right.
When you have presentations and shit, I would just do stupid shit, like just to be fucking weirdo. And like, finally, I found some fucking weirdo friends too, and we all clicked. And then Monty was giving me shit for the Nirvana T-shirt I had on. Ooh, fucking Nirvana, dude. Silverchair, Bush. And then he's like, "So, you want to jam?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man. Let's fucking jam."
Nice. To be fair, yeah. I probably would have given you shit for Nirvana too. I'm an Alice in Chains.
Yeah, dude, whatever. You all gotta start somewhere.
Dude, I can't tell you how fucking sick of Smells Like Teen Spirit I got back in high school. Like, dude, everybody I knew
over and over.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
I'm getting
my
jam. Yeah, I mean it's a great song, don't get me wrong, but like everybody in my guitar club back in high school would not stop playing that song. I'm like, do you guys know anything else?
Glycerine.
Yeah, right.
Like Glycerine, man, no drums. That shit was groundbreaking.
Right. Speaking of which, did you hear about this shit? Fucking Alice Cooper, Lizzie Hale, and what's his name from oh my god, I'm drawing a blank because I'm fucking tired right now. But from that band we were just talking about.
Ah, the band, that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not Nirvana. Fucking the guys who make Glycerine.
Oh, Bush.
Bush, thank you. The lead singer from Bush. Nice. They got a TV show coming out with a few other people called No Cover, and basically it's for original bands. They could sign up. It's like American Idol almost. And you don't play fucking cover songs or anything like that. If you're an original band, you sign up on their website, and if they pick you, they fly you out to California for the show, you audition, and if they like you and you make it to the finals and you win, you get a guaranteed contract, record deal, the whole 9 yards, everything. And I'm like, where the fuck was this when you were still in the red? Like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, join American Idol. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to join American Idol.
Nah,
all
dude.
Right.
Nah.
People just tell me that. No, I'm not.
I mean, like, look what happened to those finalists, too. Like, where are they now? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, take Daughtry, for instance. He didn't win American Idol.
A good one.
He's got
a win, though, wasn't he? He was
Daughtry, I think he made it second place or something like that. Right. And he's got a way better, more successful career than whoever won that season.
Not funny.
But no, I just
100% people strive for 90. You'll be good. It's still not that bad. Just fucking try at least, for second place. Come on.
No, but I just saw this article the other day. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, plus you got Alice Cooper, Lizzie Hale, and fucking the guy from Bush fucking doing the show. I was like, yeah, fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I still like Bush. I don't care if people talk. I'm not going to talk shit about your music because I like weird shit. You're probably going to make fun of me for some of the shit I like. Okay.
Oh, why would I? You had me sing a fucking Lady Antebellum song that you released last week, which by the way, Congrats.
That shit, not sing it.
Well, you had me scream it. Yes. Yeah, I did get some feedback from Brenda. She was like, I wish we could have harmonized. I was like, well, this is Chris's thing. He wanted me to scream. So
You could always do more. Of course. We could never be done with the songs you wanted.
I'm
just saying.
I'm done.
It's fine. It's a good song. And it is what it is, man.
Okay.
It's just I wrote that during fucking lockdown, you know? It was just like,
yeah.
Listen to it. I was like, oh, dude, let's make a fucking metal song of this. So it worked.
Got over 150 views already, 10 likes on YouTube. I'll leave a link below so you guys can check it out. We Chris wrote a metal version of Lady Antebellum's Ocean and had our friend and former guest Brenda StAmant do the main vocals, and I did the background screams. So
yeah, very happy.
Yeah. And then we're working on some stuff too. I'm going to be working with some guys soon. I'm going to have you mix and master for me because, you know, you're the man. So
I'll do my best. It's not going to be Dexter's Lab, but it'll be pretty good. As long as you're happy, AJ, then I'm happy.
We're in trouble then. I'm never happy.
You're a son of a bitch.
Anyway, getting back to you though. All right, so you through high school and everything. You know, you moved. You met Monty. Things started getting better and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like how was your home life? How was your home life with your parents?
Oh, good. They're good parents. They taught me morals, right and wrong. Never taught me about having fucking kids. But, you know, they sent me on a good path. In middle school, they were pretty fucking tough on me because I just didn't want to do my homework and shit. And then finally, by the time I got to high school, I was like, well, if I do my fucking homework, they lay off. So, like, high school, in that sense, went better because I just figured, like, if I just try a little fucking bit, I do my fucking homework, I get B's and shit, get the fuck out of high school, you know? So then I had just that bit of high school, and I was in choir and band and shit. But having the band with Monty and this other kid, Matt, he's like an amazing guitarist. Dude, we were in high school writing these fucking riffs that are just like, what the fuck? So many that are just go on forever now. I think we've got 5 songs recorded from back then.
Yeah.
And then after high school, we went to college for a bit. Monty and I roomed together, but Matt went to Boston. So Monty and I recorded a couple songs, and then Matt came back from Boston, and we all went to Central together. And we kind of recorded on and off, but we never played any shows. And that shit was good too. Totally fucking different, you know, because we're older, you know, you're in your early 20s. That shit's fucking different.
Yeah.
Really cool. But then, you know, we all got jobs and shit, and it's just like, this wasn't working. We didn't have time. So, you know, Monty took some of the gear. I took some of the gear. Matt took his fucking full stack. And, you know, kind of moved out. So it was sad, you know, it was all not. The potential was there, but we didn't have the drive at the time. Like,
right.
If I had done that when I was in my early 20s, things would be so different. But I didn't have the wisdom, you know what I mean, to keep at it, to figure it out, to, you know, actually make something of it. We were just fucking jamming and smoking and drinking, fucking just to play in the basement, you know, and we weren't really playing any shows. We were just writing songs.
Well, I mean, it's good to get that experience early on. You know what I mean? That way, when you land in the project that you do land in, which you and I both landed in, you have the tools to go further. So, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But so home life was good. You know, all that other stuff. That's great. You know, did you ever struggle with any sort of like mental illness, like depression, anxiety, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, by today's standards, fuck yeah. But back then, I was growing up in the early 90s and shit, you know? It was like, ADHD was just becoming a thing. Like, yeah, dude, I felt fucking alone. I was the middle child. I felt like a fucking oddball my whole fucking life, dude. I always was like the black sheep, and I fucking still am. Like,
whatever, dude. That's the fucking hand I've been dealt. Like, I'm trying to deal with this weird shit myself. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable. Just think how uncomfortable I am. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
it's not depression or anything. Like, yeah, I struggled with depression. I took some shit for a while, and then I got off it because I was like, that's not what this is. Like, it helped me kind of fucking refocus and figure shit out. But, like, depression wasn't what it was. Like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And, like, figuring out the goal and the path and, like, how can I survive in this weird-ass world? Like, make some money, have a house, meet some ladies, get married, and then, like, so many decisions once you go from that high school kid playing in a band, smoking and drinking, and then, like, oh shit, I got a job, I got a degree, I got a car, I got to pay rent. Like, that makes you fucking grow up. Like, so then what's the logical next step? You gotta settle down, man. Like, I fucking rocked out for a while, as you know, you and me, and a lot of people I fucking rocked out with, man. It's been a great time, but I'm fucking 38 now.
Yeah.
Kid.
Dude, you still look like you're fucking early 30s to me, man. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still look the same since the first day I fucking met you back in the Red. So, just with shorter hair.
As hard as I've been on this frame here, it's fucking holding up all right. You know, I feel pretty good.
That's good, man. Yeah, man. For me, it was like I'm still like. I feel like I have a better grasp on my life now, even though, I mean, like things are still like kind of like here and there falling apart, you know, like for instance, this year, I was open on my podcast about it too. Over the summer, I came down with a fucking prostate infection, dude. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, I was on antibiotics for like 2.5 months, dude. Like I couldn't drink. I couldn't like, have any caffeine either. Like I had to have very little caffeine, dude. And I work nights. That sucks. Like that is so bad. Like I started getting into shape. I lost 20 pounds and everything, which is great. And the no drinking helped. But like I went back and I saw my urologist and I was like, yeah, I think I'm okay now. He still gave me like a month's supply of antibiotics because he was like, hey, there's like a 30% chance this might come back. So, and like the last week I kind of felt like it was, so I started taking the antibiotics again, but like it would go away. And then one day it would, you know, it was weird, but like I had that. I had a flare up with my back earlier this year. I had that scare with COVID. Like, it's just like one thing after another. I'm like,
believe me.
What's that?
It has not been good for anybody.
No, and it's just like I'm just trying to fucking survive, man. Like I have no OT right now at my job. I'm still working 2 jobs. I'm trying to hustle, get this podcast out, and I'm fucking tired. Like,
you think you're tired, motherfucker? I got 3 fucking kids. Jesus Christ.
I know I can't compare. I understand, but hey, I mean, like you get to work from home part time. That's pretty awesome. I can't. You know what I mean? Like. I'm still an essential worker. I still work in manufacturing.
Yeah, believe me, it fucking tears. When people gave me shit when I came back into the office in June because they didn't get furloughed. They had to come in and they couldn't get any of those unemployment benefits and shit. So that was really fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you heard about any of that shit.
I heard some people didn't get anything. Yeah.
Well, because if you
I only got a stimulus. I only got my one-time stimulus. I didn't get no hazard pay or anything. I didn't get no furloughs or anything like that from either of my jobs. And we were supposed to get that.
If you got furloughed and you claimed unemployment, you were getting more money than the people who did come into work and didn't get unemployment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they told me to take a fucking furlough. So, okay, and then I filed for unemployment. I didn't mean to be an asshole. But, like, you know, I wasn't working for that week. But I don't know. It was all weird shit. So they gave me shit coming back into the office, but rightfully so. Like, they're fucking there building this shit. and half of the building's out at home. The fucking VPs haven't even come back yet. I'm like, oh man, like I need to continue on and get my master's so I could be a VP and just fucking come into.
You planning on doing that?
No, I'm just saying. When you're the fucking VP, you're so far above this shit. COVID doesn't even matter to you. Like, it's fucked up.
I was talking to Dan View a while ago. He was a guest on my podcast, and he's going to be going for his doctorate, and the field that he's dude. Yeah, apparently he does. Oh my God, I know he works with elderly people and special needs and stuff like that. And there's a doctorate that he can get for the type of work that he does. And he was like, I just want to get my doctorate, and that way everyone can call me Dr. Dan.
That's the only reason.
I was like, yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. But yeah, no, he's gonna be working on that. But anyway, getting off subject.
You gotta keep yourself sharp,
dude. I went back to school for a year. I did online courses in graphic design, illustration. I was attending the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, and I was 3 months away from graduating with my certificate, and the school shut down. No warning to the students whatsoever. Yeah, dude. Like I logged in one day. They said the school's closed. Check back or whatever. So like I was trying to get a hold of like anyone in administration. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I can't get into my class. So like, yeah, this branch is closed down. I'm like, and you didn't tell any of the fucking students ahead of time? Like, what the fuck? So like,
I'm glad they shut it down as quick as they did, though. It's unfortunate there were ramifications of that.
I mean, I didn't have to pay anything back, thank God. But because I applied for the loan forgiveness, and they're like, well, you didn't finish, so you're not going to be expected to pay in full price. I'm like, good, because like that's fucked up. Like, so, yeah. But they wanted me to transfer to another online school out in California, and when I looked into it, they had a lawsuit going on. I was like, you know what? No, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. So yeah, that's yeah.
Everything's going sideways.
I got what I did. I got what I got out of those courses. It's just hard finding work in that field, so that's why I'm still doing manufacturing. But it is what it is. Exactly. I mean, I got to keep a roof over my head. The only plus this year is that I bought a new car. Well, newish. I got a 2017 Chevy Equinox. It's real nice. Yeah. So yeah, I love it. Real nice car.
Yeah, you had some shit before that.
Yeah, so. I had that Forester, and finally the Forester shit the bed.
The next step is an Equinox, and then what are you gonna get? A fucking Blazer, and then you're gonna get a Suburban.
Well, my first car was a Chevy. I had a Cavalier. That was my first car, and that was my baby. And then I got hit by a Jeep, and then totaled that fucking thing. So. Yeah,
I've totaled some cars in my day, dude.
you had was it the BMW that you wrecked on the highway during a snowstorm?
Oh no, that wasn't BMW. But there was a car that I wrecked on the fucking highway. Yes, my wife was pregnant in a fucking snowstorm. Fucking crashed that shit.
Oh,
yeah. Third car I crashed.
Jesus Christ.
Wrecked. Second car I crashed. The first car I crashed was a fucked up situation in college. Getting too fucked up. I got in trouble for that. And then the second car I built, it was a Honda Prelude. It was pretty fucking sick. And in Manchester, under the bridge there, fucking going down the street, I forget what street that was. It would go all the way down this big hill, and then it would go under the little bridge, and it would always fill up with water when it rained real bad. The car just fucking splashed through it and got engine. The water got in the engine, and fucking it like cracked the fucking engine and shit, you know. So that car was done. Oh god, yeah, dude, I was not easy on my cars. I'm not easy on my cars, even still. I'm sorry. Drive that.
You gotta slow down, dude. You got 3 kids to think about, man. Like,
well, you go fast when you can. That's enough.
I tried it. You know what? Like I don't drive as fast as I used to. I had a pretty heavy lead foot, years ago. I'll still do like 70 on the highway, but like, the minimum on roads is like 40. You know what I mean? Like,
just because the other day when my kid got hurt, I left work at lunch. It was like 12:15. I'm going to the vending machine. My wife's calling me. I'm like, I must have had my phone in my pocket, and so the third time she tried to call me is when I realized it, and I picked it up. She's like, oh, it's fucking blood. She smashed her face. Her nose is broken. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, so I rushed home, and I haven't driven this fast, but I was driving fucking fast, dude, down the highway. Like, it was pretty cool because I never drove this fast in this newish car. Again, yeah, I bought a new car recently too.
What are you driving?
Used, but new to me.
Yeah.
Hyundai Sonata.
Oh, nice.
Turbo.
Ooh.
I have to add that because it's fucking fast. I think
you love fast cars, man.
Yeah. But right back in the day, dude, even the other cars, it had to be fast. Like fast, super duper sound system. I would hook that shit up, dude. Like in the trunk, 12s, man. Like I had 2 12s in the fucking since my second car. Like all of them, dude. I'm sorry, all of them have to have 2 12s in the trunk. Like I don't know. I just like my car to be fucking not a sanctuary, but just everything awesome. Like. It's got the best sound system. It's got the best fucking ride. It's got the comfiest seats. You could just fucking recline that shit and just fucking listen to some tunes and just fucking, and then just fucking peel out of that fucking parking lot and shit. Hell yeah, dude. That's just how I like it.
Like I get all that. I mean, like I don't drive mine excessively fast. I almost had a couple close calls with the SUV, like turning and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling myself drift a little bit. I was like, don't want to do that. But my car,
it's a funny fucking story too. If you want to talk about that shit, back in high school.
God.
Out of high school, I think I was like my senior year of fucking high school. This would have been shitty if I had died. But like we were with some other friends from. I think they were Ellington and shit. Yeah, they went to Ellington High School, and they knew a friend, and he had a fucking Nissan Pathfinder, dude.
Oh, God.
And we were seniors in high school, dude. Just being fucking stupid. God, he was being so dumb on the highway, and like just being. And then we went down 84, and we got off, and we were doing some donuts on the side of the road near fucking Ronaroll or some shit. He fucking rolled the goddamn thing all the way over. Fuck. And I was in the backpack, like the fucking backpack, and like there was a toolbox, and like I think the toolbox is what cut me, and it sliced my fucking arm all the way over here. I got 60 stitches that night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, and like everyone was fine because they were kind of sitting in the middle seat. There was 1, 2, 3 in the middle,
right,
and then the driver, the passenger, so they were pretty tight. So it just fucking all the way over and back onto the fucking wheels, like, and then like the rear window's broken. I just fucking jumped out of the fucking car. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, grab my arm. Like, oh, this fucking really hurts. And then I see them like just staggering out of the car, like, what the fuck, man, what the fuck? Like, the truck's in the middle of the road, like just completely demolished, and back on its wheels, just like sitting there, like, what the fuck? Like, that traumatized me for a fucking while, dude. I had to go see some fucking therapist about that shit. I couldn't even get like in an SUV without like having a fucking panic attack and shit. That was weird.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And like I forget the kid in the middle, Marcus. I wonder how he's fucking doing. I know he's still around. My buddy Adam. Like shout out to Adam. He came to one of our shows from the tattoo place.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Me, Adam, Monty, Marcus. Fucking driver. I don't know who the driver was. He was the friend of a friend. And he had the truck, and he was just like, you think I'm crazy, motherfucker? I'm not so crazy I'm gonna fucking roll the goddamn truck over. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, maybe he didn't know how to do the burnouts right. I think he may have come too close to the road and like hit the pavement again, you know, the blacktop, and it just fucking.
Yeah, but like you could still roll an SUV like super easily. Like I've almost done it with my new car by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coming around a corner too fast, I'm just like, oh shit, you know?
And dude, life just fucking makes you
Mhm.
fucking realize.
Exactly. Like take it slow. What's that?
That was some shit, you know?
Yeah,
Like
man.
there was, I don't know if you call them angels or something, fucking let me get out of there with just a scrape, fucking, you know, bing, like fuck you, flick you in the nose. Here's a fucking 60 stitches in the arm. Don't do that shit again.
Guardian angel screaming at you, stop fucking up.
Yeah, you gotta straighten out, man. Like, so right, that was like the first thing. Like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I like to drive fast, but not that fucking fast.
Yeah, exactly. You know. But let's let's start talking about In the Red a little bit. So let's talk about the origins of In the Red. You and Pete were the founding members of In the Red, and you guys had Ray and a few other guys before I joined. And then how did that all start?
Right. So after college and shit, I talked about that band we had in college. After college, I worked for a fucking while. I got an engineering degree, and I just worked fucking like Pratt for a while, this other company in Newington, doing manufacturing shit. And then like I didn't jam for a while. It was kind of weird. A couple of years. And then I finally moved back to Manchester. This pretty cool house I rented. And I had all this gear. Like I'm still carrying around this gear. I had it in storage, and then I brought it from here to there. I got all the fucking full stack of bass shit and some recording equipment. I'm like, I just feel like playing, you know, just fucking firing that shit up, and I started playing again. I'm like, well, I don't know anyone anymore to start a band, so like I knew this guy James, who I would jam with in the past, and he was still around because I saw him at bars and shit. And then so he was in a cover band, Dirty, with Pete. So he wanted me to play bass in the cover band, and that's how I met Pete when I joined Dirty. And we played for a fucking while. That was pretty cool. And then after Dirty, that kind of ego issues and shit, whatever, that broke up. So Pete didn't do anything for a while. I didn't really do anything for a while. I did another cover band for a little bit. And then after that, I was just kind of bored. I was like, dude, Pete, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you want to do anything, man? So that was probably like 2010. Excuse me. We were jamming for a while. Some of the old songs, man. Summer and Lightning and shit back in the day. Like fucking ballads. Pete would just be fucking soloing and shit, and I'd be making beats on the computer, like just to make some fucking songs and just jam out. Like he was fucking really good guitarist. I could play bass, so let's fucking do it. And then he knew some people still from the scene, and we went down to Madison and met up with these other guys at the recording studio and just fucking recorded like 5 songs, and that shit was really cool. I'm like, yeah, man, let's fucking try to get like a real drummer that's ours. Because we went to the studio and used their guy, and he was really fucking cool. Mike, down fucking Madison, Connecticut. I really forget the name of the studio, but that was a really cool time with Pete before it was even any band name. And then we seriously were like, yeah, all right, let's get a fucking drummer. And it turned into the first version of In the Red with these crazy motherfuckers. And we played a couple shows under the name In the Red with that first lineup. I'm sorry, I don't remember the guys' names because it was so brief and so fucking crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. That shit broke up in a very, very strange way. Drugs were related. You know. We had to let some people go. Like, again, you think I'm crazy? These motherfuckers are crazy, dude. So we're like, all right, let's refocus. You know, let's get someone cool and reliable. And like, we met you and James. And there might have been another drummer first for a little bit.
I just remember James, and when I came in, I was out of work because of my back injury, and I had nothing going on, and I was losing my mind.
Right. So you, me, and James started playing in fucking Pete's basement for a while.
Yeah.
like those same 5 songs, we started to do like just some covers to have some fucking fluff. And I think that's a little bit that kind of stuck with us too, is having a little bit of cover songs in there. That's all right. People talk shit, but how the fuck are you going to fill an hour and 15 minutes?
Exactly. And not only that, like, you know, when you want to grab the attention of an audience that's not familiar with your music, you want to play a couple songs that they know already. Like, oh, hey, they played a song I like. Cool. Let me listen to their other stuff.
Right.
So, but I mean, like, when I joined, I had to fucking, I wrote Till the Day I Die with Pete lyrically, because he was like, hey, can you rewrite this? And then get ready for that Webster show like 2 weeks later. So I had to learn that song and like 7 others for that Webster show. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, you got to keep up. We're going. We're moving.
I did it.
Like, for me, like, that was Pete's idea. Like, refocus. Like, this is going to be a band. Like, are we going to have a fucking band or are we not going to have a fucking band? Like,
right.
Oh, shit. All right, yeah, sure. Let's fucking put some ads out. Let's get some logos. Let's fucking get a website, you know, start doing all that shit, making T-shirts.
Right.
Like, you know, I was fucking all in because, like, it was pretty cool, man. Like, I had some ideas. Pete had some ideas. James was fucking brutal, dude. He was a fucking amazing drummer. And, like, I was like, yeah, dude, fucking.
And then he just left like 2 months after I joined. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
kind of flaky in the beginning, Pete said, like, because Pete, I think, ultimately met with him first.
Okay.
And James was always like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do this.
He was more in a funk.
But he was so good, dude.
Yeah, he was really good.
Badass too. Like,
yeah,
ripped and just fucking like, whoa, like, dude, another crazy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, he was funny as fuck though.
God, awesome. He seemed like he would fucking kick your ass, but he's the nicest guy.
Right.
Like, at least that's how I always felt like.
Right. He's had a couple kids too. I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah.
We haven't talked in years, but
fucking forever. Yeah.
He's got hair now too. Like, he used to be bald like me.
I'm glad I still have some hair left.
Yeah, not me. That ship sailed a long time ago, and no sort of pill can help now. So, yeah. So our version of In the Red was, I'm sorry to say, but the real 2.0, not 2.0 right now.
1.0 was with Ray. That's all I remember. Ray was the singer, and we had the name.
Your wife came up with.
We played some shows as In the Red. Oh God, Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I forget your fucking last name. Mike Smolak was the other guitarist. So we had 2 guitarists actually when In the Red first started.
We've never had much luck with a 5th member.
No, we never. Even when I was the fucking second guitarist, we didn't have any luck.
I know. It's nothing against like any of the 5th members. Just, you know, like I love Kevin Nuzzo and, you know, Jesse and all those other guys. Like, shout out to you guys. You guys were amazing when you guys were in the band, but like, you know, nobody stuck around.
That's what I mean. We're all doing our own shit. I'm going this way. You're going this way. Fucking let's make some music on the way.
Right.
It was awesome. All of it was fucking awesome. I can't talk shit about any of those guys.
No.
Like, dude, and the times we had, like, holy shit, how did I get home? Like, it was awesome. Like, stupid shit all the time. So we started playing shows. Yeah, we played the shows at the Webster with you, me, Pete, and James. And then we played a show right after, like, in Massachusetts with Triple X. And fucking
Ollie was there that night.
That was fucking awesome.
Dude, fucking James pointed him out to me. He was like, you know what the fuck that is?
Yeah. And the show was really good, too. Like, I'm glad that was fucking, at least you could see you play good like that. Like, hell yeah.
I still have that DVD, and I popped it in not that long ago. It was definitely cringeworthy for me. Not you guys. For me, I was like, oh.
That was our second show.
Yes. Yeah, my second show. Definitely. And for like when I met Ollie that night too, and he was like, oh, you were the singer in that opening band, right? I'm like, yeah. He says, oh, you guys are really good. And I tried offering him a beer or something. He says, oh, I've already had enough. I'm okay. And I'm like, oh, all right, no problem. Can I get a picture? But then I thought about it after. I'm like, he thought I was good. He must have been drunk because I was fucking terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything you look back at.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm my own
always-
worst critic, man. I really am. Like everyone, like even right now, like I'm working on some vocal trainings right now and you're helping me out with. And that first draft I got back, it wasn't that bad. I was really surprised, but there were certain parts I'm like, oh God, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then like I think about it, and then like I have people like when I said like, hey, I'm sort of coming out of retirement, I'm gonna work on my own stuff. I had 5 people in different bands hit me up like, hey, we need a singer. And I'm like, that I appreciate it, but I'm not looking to join a project. I'm looking to do my own thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So
Getting too old. I'm sorry. I'll just record shit.
yeah. So but
Bass track.
I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here a little bit, but you know, it's nice to be thought of like that and still have people tell me like, no, you're a great singer, you know, so I appreciate it. But anyway, get back.
Yeah. So we were talking about In the Red, playing shows.
That Webster show, the Triple X show. But what do we do after that?
James was out pretty quickly.
Yep. James was out after that show. Like he was just like, hey, I'm out.
And then we got Mark.
Yep.
Fucking long time, dude.
Yep. And we're playing in Bristol for a while at his place.
Yep.
We started
this fucking album.
Oh yeah, we actually I think I have it. I have it hung here. Hang on a second. Let me go grab it. I'm definitely gonna have to edit this podcast a little bit.
Oh, keep it, man. This is life.
So we got
life.
Dark Days Here.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first album that we recorded. Definitely recorded that most of that at Mark's house, and then we did a good chunk of it at your old condo when you were still living in Farmington, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a condo. We were still renting, but it was a nice end unit. That was
right.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice place.
In your favor sometimes. It was fucking awesome, dude. For like a good year and a half, we didn't have a neighbor on the other side, and we were the end unit. You know what I mean? So there was fucking us, and then nobody, and then somebody else. So we had the fucking music turned up and shit. And then it wasn't until a couple moved in, and they had a young kid, probably a toddler, maybe 2 or 3. And they were fucking crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that kid smashing shit through the walls. I was like, fuck. Like, is he busting through the wall here? Like, holy shit.
Like, I've been trying to save up myself right now. Like, I want to get a house again, like down the road. But like, I thought about maybe getting a condo, and then I'm like, why the fuck would I want a condo? I don't want to live like directly next door to somebody. Like,
yeah. Not even family, dude. I gotta live by myself. I gotta do my shit. I'm sorry, dude. Like, having this lockdown, I am that much of an introvert. I don't mind.
Dude, same here.
Like, I'm emailing
like
tracks. I'm being like there and like feeling the music and shit. Like that is fun. But like, I'm not ready to do that yet. So email me some tracks and we'll fucking work on it, dude. Put your headphones on, turn that shit up. It'll be almost as good.
Yeah. I mean, like, for me, like, you know, not to get too personal or anything, but like, I'm trying to get back out in the dating scene and everything, but like, I'm kind of sort of like, well, yeah, you met my ex the last time I came up to your house. You met her. We came over for that, but yeah, we're not together anymore. Yeah, we broke up a while ago. But I've been trying to get back out in the dating scene and everything like that. But like at the same time, I'm like, I'm good with my solitude. Like, and I need my personal space, but like I would like to settle down sometime down the road with somebody. So like I'm kind of like up in the air about like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, how do I still get my own personal time to like work on stuff that I need to do and clear my head while sharing.
Staying up late after everyone goes to bed. What the fuck? You got about an hour before you're gonna pass out. Get something done. That's all I got, dude. All day. You get up, you're fucking humping, busting your ass, dude. And then 9 o'clock, everyone's fucking sleeping. Fuck yeah. Let's go downstairs to the studio, try to get something done for like an hour or two,
Yep.
and then you gotta fucking get to bed, or you're gonna be shot for tomorrow, dude. Because that shit starts right up. That shit starts right up again.
I'm kind of in that routine already. When I get home from my night job at like 1 a.m, I'll either work out on the elliptical and then shower and work on. I'm usually up until like 3:30, 4 a.m, dude. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we did Dark Days here, you know, and then we played a bunch of shows. Was it
Here.
that? Was it 20? It was 2013. We did that Hailstorm. That was probably the biggest show we ever played, I want to say, at the Webster.
So it was probably 2012, 2013. We were doing really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then after that, we tried to do some shit, and it didn't. Like, that's when like things got fucking weird again. And Mark left.
Well, before he left, we did put out another record before he left.
We did the second album
From the
with
bottom.
Mark. Yeah, and that was like a different change for us. Like, I don't know. The first album is definitely different than the second album.
Right.
And then the second album is totally different than the EP. Like, I don't know. People write different shit. It's just a different time in your life. You know, my situation had changed. Your situation had changed. Maybe Pete's did, and fucking Mark's did too. He moved, and like maybe some shit was going on at home. Who knows what the fuck happened? But Mark, so right, we did the second album. We did the second video.
Yeah, blinking of an eye.
We played a couple of shows. We played some really good shows, dude.
Yeah.
It was really good for a long time. But again, fucking life happens. And then, right, so after that, we got John. That's when my wife and I had our first kid. So I tried to ride that out for a fucking while because that was cool. John came in, and it was like, whoa, dude, fucking like turbocharge this motherfucker. Like, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
And we played a whole different set of shows with like a whole different set of music, and that was fucking cool too. Like, but then, you know,
We were going strong from like 2013 to 2014, all the way into 2015. We played a ton of shows with national recording artists between Connecticut and Massachusetts. We played with Nonpoint twice, Head PE, Hailstorm, Powerman 5000, Seven Dust, like all these big name shows. We even played the Hard Rock Cafe in Boston. That was awesome. Yeah, I had to share a hotel room with you that night. That was weird.
But Rusty at the Webster, dude, I want to give him a fucking shout out.
He doesn't work there anymore, but yeah, Rusty was a good dude, man.
Wherever he is, whatever he's doing, man, that guy was fucking cool.
He took care of us, man.
The Webster was really good to us, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, like bands that play out, like don't shit on the Webster because you gotta just fucking do the business. Like you can play the underground and try to sell your tickets, but you gotta make friends. You gotta fucking talk to people.
You gotta hustle.
You gotta talk to Rusty about like, dude, you're fucking running this venue tonight. Like, what do you need? Like, obviously you need some money, but like, you know, let us just fucking run the business. We'll get the people there. We'll get the fucking bands. Like, and then he just like, it's like, oh shit, okay, these guys are pro. Like, let's fucking let them have the fucking main stage then. You know, like when you present it as a business, they fucking respect it as a business. But there's a lot of jokers that are just like,
yeah. I mean, like you gotta show respect or get respect, but you also gotta sell tickets too. So.
Well, of course, right.
Yeah.
And Pete, like, thank God, Pete knew fucking everybody in Connecticut. Right. Like, he was the golden nugget in that respect. Like,
right.
A lot of people, and they supported us. Like, I met a lot of people through Pete, and they were really cool people. Like, I love music. I was like, dude, hell yeah, fucking Brenda. Oh man, shout out to Brenda. She's fucking always there taking pictures of us.
Yeah, she took some great photos of us. Definitely. We had a lot of great photographers back in the day. I'll probably edit in some photos here and there during this video.
I'm like, oh, I'm just playing the fucking bass here. Sure, if you're fucking that into it, yeah, fucking come up to us. We fucking remember Christine. She would come up to us in the fucking van up to the Palladium and shit like that. Everyone's welcome. You know?
Exactly. It was always a good time.
Yeah,
but I just remember, 2015, we were going strong. We were starting to work on new material. We put out Home. We put out a few other like singles, and then we did Scarred. I'm sorry.
And then there was one last song that we tried to record on our own.
Yeah.
That's when I brought out the recording equipment again. Because we were playing shows for so long, I hadn't recorded. And I was like, yeah, let's try to fucking record some songs. And actually, those are the 4 songs of the demo. I'm sorry, the EP we sent to, what the fuck is his name?
Jeff Gilmore.
Jeff Gilmore.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm sorry, Jeff.
So for those that don't know who Jeff Gilmore is a friend of Pete's. He's worked with Stained. He's worked with Saint Asonia. I believe 3 Days Grace too. I'm not sure, but he basically recorded, produced, and mastered Stained's first album, Tormented. And whenever they went out on tour, he ran sound for them.
So he was normally a front of house guy. He was the sound guy for fucking. That's what he did, and he made a good fucking living. So many bands.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy too. I met him a couple times.
And Pete knew him. He's like, yeah. Pete told me, email Jeff. Jeff, who the fuck is Jeff? Oh yeah, my guy, Jeff Gilmore. Just fucking email him, send him the tracks, and have him listen to them. All right, and I'm just fucking emailing this guy, and he's like a normal fucking guy. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is awesome. Like, hell, fucking yeah, you want to listen to my tracks, motherfucker? I got this. Like, hell yeah. Cool. So
last time I saw Jeff, I was at the Meadows with my ex, and we were seeing Disturbed play, and Saint Asonia was on the show. And during their performance, I saw Jeff at the sound booth. I'm like, hey, what's up, Jeff? And he was like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, some pretty crazy conversations we had, messaging back and forth. Just, you know, because he would be mixing it, and like I'd just be hanging out, you know, listening on the phone and like just talking, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I'm waiting for this fucking mix down, you know. So then just like some conversations like about what he had done with his life and shit, and like in between, like, oh yeah, the kick drum a little bit like that, yeah. And then in those awkward pauses, I would try to just make conversation and shit, you know. Like,
he had a nickname too. I forget his fucking nickname, but I remember when we did the Seven Dust show, I was hanging out with Morgan outside, and I had a copy of From the Bottom, and I gave him a copy, and he looked at the back, and he saw Jeff's name, and he was like, "Oh shit, you worked with Jeff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude."
Right. Again, I feel I was just so naive or something. Like I didn't figure out how to fucking make it work, and then like after a while, it just didn't feel like, I don't know, why isn't this working? Why isn't this making me happy? Like this fucking thing is weird, man.
It was around the same time you and I were feeling the same way too, because like we did.
We were doing so good, but it just didn't feel right.
I feel like it all came crashing down towards the end of 2015 because like we did the Rubicon CD release show, and that was a fucking long day, and we unfortunately we got the short end of the stick. We drawn names out of a hat of, you know, I drew our name out of the hat, and it was the first band to open, so we went on at like 2 PM. I'm like, dude, nobody's gonna fucking be here, but it is what it is. We played our time on the show, and then I just remember hanging out with you later that night, and we were outside and we were just talking, and you were just like, I'm not happy doing this anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel you on that. Cause like tensions were like at the time, like tensions were kind of building a little bit. Egos were kind of getting in the way too. And we did that Elm City Music Fest show where we basically that was fun. And that was informative too. Cause John and I were going to the seminars during the day to learn from the industry. But basically we got told no from record labels because our music was generic and the guys in our band were old. That's what I was told.
You got to do it. Going back to the conversation we had earlier, if I had known then what I know now,
right,
I would have fucking done it. Now, dude, I got kids, I got life. Pete's older than we are. He told me some crazy fucking stories of when he was young and he was doing shit. He was about to go to Europe and shit.
Yeah, I remember.
And some things didn't happen, and he didn't do it. when he was younger. And it's one of those things like, fuck. But to hear that from like professionals, like, dude, they're just telling you the truth.
Right.
It's like, fuck.
That definitely put a damper on a lot of things.
You know, so it was a good run, dude. I can't fucking. It was a great run, and don't get me wrong, dude. We made some money.
Mm-hmm.
Played so many awesome shows, so many fucked up nights, dude. It was totally worth it. Like,
our last show together, because you and I both announced at the same time we were leaving, because
All Stars
was our last show together, and then from there from there they went with Cody, and you know, there. But yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it morphed again.
Mm-hmm.
Life, dude. Life doesn't stop for us.
And that was 3.0.
That was it. And that was. I remember when. So right, that was. It was kind of fucked up. Pete was obviously hurt, and I fucking feel really bad. And I sent him a message, and I posted something on Facebook, like, dude. I'm sure Pete had to make some fucking decisions in his life when he had a family, and I can't say shit about it. And he didn't say shit to me about it. He fucking just was hurt, so he didn't really say anything, and he just fucking let it go.
What bothers me is, and like, you know, I'm not trying to say anything bad or anything, and I'm not trying to bash Pete. Him and I don't talk anymore, and that's his choice. You know, but we were talking for a little while after I left the band, but recently, since I've been doing this podcast, I've been a little bit more open about my time with the band and stuff that we've been through, and like disagreements and stuff like that. But I'm not pointing the blame at anybody in general. You know what I mean? I'm just being more honest about my time in the band. And for me, go ahead.
You are a pain in the ass to work with.
I will admit that. I am a pain in the ass.
I know, dude. So when you have all these fucking egos, dude, I'm not saying your ego is good or bad. You had an ego. Pete had an ego. John had an ego. Mark had an ego, dude. It's a matter of just figuring it out so how it's going to work.
Right.
And you're leading, and that's all right.
What bothers me now, and like it's not jealousy, it's not anything like that. Like, you and I put our time in that band. You know what I mean? We definitely helped out. We got them established to, you know, where they are right now. It wasn't just Pete. You know what I mean? Like, it was a team. It was a team effort.
Oh,
what's that?
We voluntarily gave it up.
You're right. You're right. But
they're gonna do whatever they got to do.
You're right.
I guess it would be fucked up if they never fucking talked about us at some point, someday. When, you know, that's all that I would ask. But I'm not gonna.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what I see on social media now, and like a lot of the stuff that I see commented now is like, oh, this is In the Red 2.0, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like,
whatever. They don't know the story, man.
You know, if they say that, then I'm like, okay, you guys were never fans from the beginning. So
right, I'm saying if they get a new fan today, they're gonna think the current line is In the Red 1.0,
and that's fine. And that's fine. But like, for like, I've seen diehards that have known us since like fucking day one that are saying that, and I'm like, okay, like,
whatever. I don't know. It's just
I'm kind of over it at this point. I know what direction I'm going in.
It's not. It's to signify an evolution, you know, between versions.
Right.
Technically, because you're a fucking nerd, it should be version 3.0. But, you know, come on.
Technically, it's version 4.0 now, but
whatever. He's the one fucking typing that shit in. Maybe he fat fingered it. Maybe he, you know.
It's kind of funny. Like, I did make a comment to Mark. I think this is what set Pete off. I don't know, or maybe it was this podcast. I don't know. But like, Pete blocked me on Facebook. And Mark posted an old photo of us, like from like our first photo shoot on the train tracks. You remember that?
Oh God.
Yeah. And I posted a comment of like, oh, here's the real 2.0. And Mark left a comment saying like, yeah, that was a lot of fun back in the day. I'm like, yeah, it was, you know, a lot of fun. Hope you're doing well, this, that, and the other. And like, next day, like, Pete blocked me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, you gotta admit though, you were fucking starting shit there.
I was just trying to be funny.
Yeah, he doesn't like shit starting.
I don't. Whatever.
No shit.
And I got to respect him for that. I don't try to post shit. I deleted Facebook. I'm fucking out of there, dude. I don't know what anybody's.
You know what? I don't feel bad about it. It was a joke, you know.
I know. Of course it was a joke, but you can't take anything fucking jokingly these days. So delete. Fucking, I'm out. You got my number. You can hit me up. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude.
But anyway, you know, we had our time, and, you know, even after in the red, like, I was in Devil Inside, and you helped us out with, like, recordings and stuff, and, you know.
Right, so after in the red, Elm City Music Fest, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, fuck, dude. That's not good news. And then when we had the Crossing Rubicon show, I just remember watching them play, dude. And I was like, man, I just want to go up there and fucking give Scott a hug. Like, he made me feel so good. And, like, the show was fucking awesome. I was like, dude, I want to feel that good when I'm playing. And I want to make people feel that good when I'm playing. Like, but I didn't feel like that. And that's one of the reasons for me that was like, okay, I got to do something different.
Right.
So I really thought about it, dude. And it fucking hurt me to fucking write that email. I said, Pete, I'm sorry, dude. You know, because, right, I wanted to call him and talk to you guys at band practice that night, but they were trying to line up more fucking shows. And I was like, fuck, dude, I want to fucking do this with you so bad, but I can't. Right.
Yeah,
so I had to send him an email at lunch. I fucking drove to a parking lot just so I could, you know, get away from work and type my message, like, sort of think about it before we got to band practice.
Well, you and I were talking, like, days before that, too, and you were pretty much set on, like, leaving.
Fucking stewed on it for a couple days because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It broke my heart because Pete was I was jamming with Pete for a long fucking time, dude.
I mean, like, and I get that too. Like, it was definitely a lot of fun, and, you know, like, we had a lot of great memories and stuff, but, like, with the egos and everything too. And, like,
right.
when you were talking to me and you're like, you know, I'm thinking about leaving. I'm like, well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. Cause I don't want to be stuck here by myself because, like, I don't really connect with these guys, like, at all anymore. And I just feel like I'm just going to be miserable if, you know.
It's not that I dislike anyone.
You're right.
I have a weird fucking vibe. And if I'm trying to make this, like, intimate music with you and it's not fucking working and I'm just standing here playing, like, yeah, dude, I could do that with any band. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I like you when we're hanging out and we're drinking beers and we're fucking having fun, and then you go home and I go home and then we do our own shit the next day. That's totally different.
Right.
But, like, when you're in a band, that's a serious fucking relationship.
Right.
Like, God, I've already got a fucking.
I mean, like, when did we ever hang out outside of the band? You know what I mean? Like, we never did.
It was a business.
Yeah. And you can't.
That's fine because we were trying to do something and we did do something fucking awesome.
But at the same time, you know, like, yeah, it's a business, but I mean, like, you still got to have some sort of relationship together. You can't just be like, it can't feel like work. Like, cause when it starts feeling like work, then it's not fun anymore.
It was work.
Yeah.
I went to work, then I went to band work, and then I went home to my wife. Like, you know, when that's another thing, going back, way back to fucking high school with Monty and Matt, we would have fucking sleepovers and shit, dude. We'd get fucked up and I'd sleep at Matt's house and we would just fucking jam. And, like,
but thinking back to that, when would you say that would be the best time of your life being in a band? Is that you were that close with those guys? You had fun. Granted, you didn't play shows or anything like that, like you were saying, like, you know, when we did. But I mean, like, if you did, though, you already had that established relationship with Monty and the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, don't you think, like, that would be a benefactor? And
the feeling of that was much better.
Right.
But there was none of the shows. There was none of the fandom. There was none of the fucking buying fancy T-shirts and shit and getting your lanyards and fucking hyping up a show and getting the scrims, you know. And so what do you want? What do you want it to be?
Right.
Like, dude, I could go back to fucking jamming with Monty and fucking live in the basement. Sure. But I got a fucking wife and I got kids. And
Right. But I think my point is like, if, you know, when I was with Devil Inside for that year that I was, and I had to leave because of personal reasons that had nothing to do with the guys. But, you know, when we weren't practicing, we were hanging out, you know, we would go to shows together. We would support other bands. We would go out and grab beers together. And I'm like, damn, like I never had this within the Red, other than if we were playing shows, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you and I would have a beer together and stuff and bullshit or whatever. But like the only other times we would hang out is if we were recording or if we were at band practice and stuff like that. And it was nice to have that kind of connection with the guys in Devil Inside, because like I, you know, they were more than just my bandmates. They were my friends. You know what I mean? And like, and you and I are friends. Like you and I have a lot closer connection, I feel like, than I did with the rest of the guys in the band, because I never really got on that personal level. I feel like with any of the other guys.
I feel I did Pete, and that's why I don't want people to talk shit about Pete. Like, you got to take him with a fucking big grain of salt. Don't get me wrong. And Pete will even admit that. Like, but he is a good person, and he's always treated me with respect, and I've had a really good fucking time with Pete. Yeah. But he can be a fucking dick, dude. I can be a dick. You can be a dick. Yeah. Everyone can be.
Look, and I'm not bashing Pete. I'm not bashing Pete. Like we've had our disagreements, but
but that's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna go do me, and I'm gonna go do what I want to do.
Right.
Have fun with the band, but I'm out, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
I definitely felt bad after I left, though, for a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, it broke my heart. Like, dude, we were doing some really cool shit. Yeah. But are we gonna do that same shit fucking forever? Nah, dude. Let's go do something else. That's fine. Wow. Fucking already 10 years later almost. Like, what the fuck?
God,
Shit's totally different.
Been that long? Doesn't
well,
even
not
like
10 years.
No, it's been 5 years since we left.
Well, right. So I'm saying from the beginning of when we fucking yeah.
Right.
2012. And so 8 years have passed. So much shit has changed, dude.
Right.
Just in the world and life.
But anyway.
Come and go. Like, it's just, that's how it is, dude. Don't feel bad about it.
No.
Like, it was great, and you got to remember that shit, that it was fucking great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was great, and it was definitely a learning experience for me. I definitely got a lot out of it, and I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I mean, hell, like, you know, I became a better singer because of it. I got, you know, lessons. I, you know, got better. I met a lot of great people that I'm still friends with to this day. You know what I mean? Famous and not famous. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of great people.
Yeah.
But, and now I'm, you know, I'm getting the itch again. Like ever since I left Devil Inside and I stopped singing for years. I'm training to get better again. I'm training to get my voice back up there. I want to get back into music. I just had to walk away for a while. You know what I mean? Personally, because my dad wasn't doing too good.
There's a lot of reasons, man.
Yeah, and then just the main reason, I just was sick of music for a while. I had to walk away, and
when
now
you don't have the muse. The muse is a fucking thing. Believe me, I lost it for a while, then I got it back, and then I lost it, and I got it back, and then I lost it again. So that's where we are.
Well, suck it up, Buttercup. I'm sending you shit to work on. So.
Good, because that's what I mean. Like, I need shit to work with.
Right.
I can only jam down here in fucking lockdown for so long.
Right.
I wrote some riffs. I wrote a couple songs, but not anything that, like, because I got to program the drums. I got to do all this shit on my computer. I don't have any analog outboard gear anymore, so this is fucking...
Yeah, you got rid of a lot of stuff.
This is computer fucking mixing and shit. Like,
I might need to hit you up about some equipment I should buy, because like all I have is like for my mic, I got this one that I use for podcasting, but I also got my my Yeti. But I mean, like, I kind of feel like
good shit, man.
What's that?
I'm just zooming in on your picture here.
Oh, okay.
It's of gear.
We can talk off air about it, but you know, I might need to invest in a few other things if I'm going to be recording vocals at home. But but anyway, let's start focusing on closing out the show here, because we've been going a while now. So, is there anything you want to plug? Do you want to plug the new song that you put out again? I'll leave the link below for people to check it out.
Yeah, sure. It's just a fucking song that I heard and I was moved by it. And I was like, that's fucking beautiful. As is, don't get me wrong, dude, that was fucking beautiful. But I just heard it in this deep stoner fucking like metal sludge just fucking chugging song, and I was like, dude, I can fucking make that, right? Like, I want to hear shit in my head, like, just to make me happy. Like, I don't know about any of you people, but when I listen to it, it makes me happy. I'm glad I made it, and it's a moving song. So
it grew on me.
I hope it moves you too. That's all I'm saying.
Did you?
It's really weird because it's totally different, and like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just making this shit, and it is what it is. Like, sorry.
Do you want to plug your Instagram where people could find you?
Oh yeah, Christoph Elliott.
It's
like E11 IOTT or something. I don't know.
You millennial.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. If you can find it with all these weird code words and shit.
I'll leave a link below for people to find it. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna plug the show and do the whole spiel about what's going on with the show since this is a season finale, and then we'll talk off air a little bit and then go from there. Sound good? All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching again. This is the season finale of the Roads We've Traveled podcast. Thank you again for tuning in, subscribing, telling your friends. It means everything to me. I put my heart and soul into this podcast between editing and video editing and audio editing and all that bullshit that sucks to do by yourself, but you got to do. I hate this guy right now. He's just... This is going in the mix. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon to get notified every time we drop a new video. If you haven't listened to us on audio, we're available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and wherever you guys get your podcast from. Tell your friends, give us a 5-star rating. It'd be greatly appreciated. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Roads We've Traveled podcast to stay up to date with the show. Again, we are taking a hiatus until 2021. I'm going to be working on new music with some close friends of mine and, handing them off to Chris to work on. So that's where my focus is going to be for the rest of the year. But stay tuned to the Facebook page. I'll put updates up there about what's going on with the project and everything and when the show's coming back. So be sure to give us a like up there. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JRBuckleGaming. I haven't done a whole lot of streaming lately because of projects I've been working on, but I'll be back up there. Don't worry. And check out my portfolio at www.alanmpelletierjr.com if you need commission work done, logos, videos. I'm currently working on a video for Continuum right now for a lyric video. I just smashed my microphone. I'm sorry. So I'm currently working on a lyric video for them, and you can check out the lyric video that I did for Chris over here for the song that we all did together for Lady Antebellum's Ocean. Click the link below to check it out. For our audio listeners, he was pointing in the wrong direction. That was hilarious. Chris, man, I can't thank you enough for doing this, taking the time and hang out with me. I miss you. I miss Jenna. Give my best to Jenna and the kids, and hopefully when stuff calms down a little bit more, maybe we could hang out and do something.
Most definitely, man.
All right, brother. You take care.
Yeah, you too, man.